Hi, and welcome back. Next series of joints we're going to work on are the scapular joint and the neck. So we'll begin first by settling into Wuji, pausing and feeling, connecting, settling in. And then when it comes to moving the scapular joint, what we're going to begin with doing is we're going to bring our shoulders in, which for most people is very easy to do. Then we're going to bring our shoulders up, which is a little more difficult. We're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together, and then we're going to reach down. And so again, the physical movement is we bring our shoulders forward, we bring our shoulders up, we squeeze our shoulder blades together, and then we reach down. Again, shoulders are forward, shoulders are up, squeezing those shoulder blades together, reaching down. And now we'll combine this into a more circular pattern. Again, but emphasizing each of the 4 points where we're bringing our shoulders forward, spreading our scapulas as far apart as possible, bringing our shoulders up, bringing our scapulas as high up as we can, squeezing our shoulder blades together as much as we can, and then reaching down as far as we can with our shoulder blades. And then in that circular motion, slow the movement. We integrate the breath by inhaling and exhaling. And so I've often referred to this as the shoulder wave. So it's much like an ocean where we're rising and falling. Just like an ocean wave, we rise toward the beach, and then we settle back into the ocean. And the focus is now more on the movement of our scapula. And you may find areas, especially reaching down, that can be kind of difficult to implement. We're looking for the edges, but not trying to push past. As we inhale, we're inhaling living gold into the scapular region, exhaling and letting go of any tension or stress that we may feel. Now this is a good exercise for those of you that spend a lot of time working on a computer, because we all tend to hold a lot of stress and tension in our shoulders and in our neck. And a lot of it oftentimes is computer work related. Let's go once more in this direction. And now we're reverse directions. And so now we begin by squeezing our shoulder blades together, bringing our shoulders up, rounding our shoulders and spreading our scapulas as far apart as we can, and then reaching down. We integrate the breath by inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And we'll go once more in this direction, inhaling and exhaling. Good. Settle back into Wuji. Pause and feel. Do you note a difference? All right, let's move on now to our neck exercise. And so now our focus is from the collarbones up. We're going to be focusing on the cervical spine. And we're going to do several slow, gentle movements to help facilitate the movement of our cervical spine and our head. I normally interlock my fingers, rest my hands over my belly. And we'll begin by just taking a nice deep breath, settling into Wuji. And we'll begin by looking to your right, back to center, and then look to your left. Nice slow, gentle movement. Feeling into the cervical spine. And we integrate the breath by inhaling back to center And then exhaling slowly as we look to your right. Inhale back to center, and exhale as we slowly look to your left. Filling the entire cervical spine with a living gold color. Exhaling and releasing tension or stress that we may be feeling within our cervical spine. Allowing the breath to set the pace. Breathing back into the center. We'll go once more to either side. Looking to your right. Inhaling living gold back to the center. Exhaling, looking to your left. Inhale, back to center. Pause and feel. And now we'll move to a new direction. We'll be going forward and back, and so we take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we allow our chin to drop to our chest. Breathe back into the center position. And now raise your eyes to the sky gently. Moving slowly, looking for the edges, but not necessarily pushing past. We integrate the breath by inhaling living gold into our cervical spine. Exhaling, releasing tension and stress. So we begin by inhaling living gold into our cervical spine. Exhaling, releasing deep into the earth. Inhale and exhale. Again, moving with the breath. Feeling into the neck. Looking for the edges, but not trying to push past. Inhaling and exhaling. One more round. Inhale back to center. Raise your eyes to the sky as you exhale. Inhale back to center. Pause and feel. Now we'll move on to what is commonly called neck retraction, which means that we're pushing the back of our head backwards. The easiest way to describe this is imagine that somebody has placed a finger on your nose and is pushing your head straight backwards, and then they decide to change and grab your nose and pulling your head straight forward. And so it's a backwards and forward movement. You'll notice that I'm probably getting a good double chin going on right now. I'm thankful that I can't actually see it. So this is probably one of those exercises that maybe you don't do in the coffee line at Starbucks, waiting for your drink. The movement is just within the cervical spine itself, so we're not tipping forward and we're not tipping back. You may only have a couple inches of range of motion, and that's fine. The idea is to feel into the cervical spine, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. This is a great exercise again for you computer workers because it helps to stimulate the cervical extensors, the muscles that help to hold our head in place. Let's go once more backwards and forwards. Breathe back in the center. Pause and feel. And the final exercise for this next series is we're going to now move on to circles. It's best to start small and slow, beginning to rotate your head around in a gentle, small circle, feeling into your cervical spine, moving slowly with intention. It's not uncommon to hear noises. And gradually, with confidence, you can expand the circle. But at any moment you feel any pain or discomfort, then make the circle smaller again. We integrate the breath by inhaling for 1/2 a revolution and exhaling for the second half of the revolution. Going slowly, deliberately with intention, feeling into our cervical spine, isolating the movement within our cervical spine. So try to avoid rocking your shoulders back and forth, and just keep the movement within your cervical spine. Let the breath set the pace, and so we're inhaling and exhaling. Let's go once more in this direction. Good. And now we'll switch direction, again starting with a small circle, moving slowly and deliberately, looking for the edges but not pushing past. We integrate the breath by breathing in a living gold into our cervical spine, exhaling, releasing any tension or stress that we may be feeling. Again, we inhale and exhale. And remember, we're trying to inhale a full breath and then exhaling completely, emptying our lungs. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. It's not uncommon to hear noises. As long as there's no pain associated with it, then it's likely it's just tightness and tension in your neck, and it's your body's way of letting you know it wants a little bit more care and feeding. So let's go once more in this direction. Good. Settle back into Wuji. Pause and feel. Do you notice a difference? Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, and thanks again.